to do, got to do with it. What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's that about? Oh my gosh, she sounds exactly like Tina Turner. What does love got to do with it? It have to do with the YouTube fitness and wellness clip. I'll tell you what does your heart got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? That's like that sucks. I did not take singing lessons when I was young because I was too busy learning fitness and wellness. Anyway, we have something serious that we have to talk about. It's right here. It's not my breast. Get your eyes back up here. It's my heart. When you're working out and you're doing cardiovascular training, how many of you wear a heart rate monitor? How many of you take your heart rate? How many of you know where you're supposed to be training? Well, if you don't, then this is the video you need to watch. Check it. Your heart is a muscle, just like your bicep, just like your pecs. And when you're lifting and you're working out, you want to know how much weight you're lifting, how many reps to do. Your heart's the same way. It's important that you know how hard you're working and that you're working where you need to work so that you can see the results and the physiological adaptations. Did you like that big word right there? Of your work. So here's what you do. Go get a piece of paper, get a pen, and get a calculator, because yes, we're about to do some math. You're going to take 220. Then you're going to subtract your age. That number right there is your estimated maximal heart rate. So theoretically, if you hit that number, let's say it's 180, and you go over that, theoretically, you're going to be working in your anaerobic training zone, and that's another whole YouTube clip, all right? Then I want you to subtract your resting heart rate. I'll tell you how to get that in a minute. Then multiply by the intensity that you want to train. Add back in the resting heart rate, and that's going to be how hard you work. How to get your resting heart rate. What you're going to do is you're going to go to sleep tonight. And then you're going to wake up the next morning. If you're in BCC, it's going to be like a 4 a.m. wake-up call. And then I want you to find your heart rate in your wrist, and I want you to count it for 1 minute. Here's the obstacle you're going to encounter. When you're laying awake at 4:15 a.m. and you're counting your heart rate, it puts you back to sleep like that. Because one, you're tired, then your heart rate's got a kind of rhythm, and you're like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So what I did is I just wore my heart rate monitor to bed. When you wake up in the morning and write down that number, I want you to do that 3 mornings in a row, and then take the average of that, and that's your resting heart rate. And that's the number that we're going to plug back into this formula. What's heart got to do with it? Everything. If I'm training at about 160 beats, no, you don't have to put that whole thing there, do you?
Yep.
What's love but a second-hand emotion?